Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'll be showing you guys how to make this delicious party jollof rice, and as you can see I actually used gizzard again because hey, we love gizzard around here, and so this will be my first video in this new year. So first I have a pound of gizzard washed and cleaned already, and here I have 5 green seasoning cubes, and they will defrost and melt. And I also have my pepper cube, and I will leave a link to that video in the description below. So yeah, this is just a blend of peppers. And here I have 2 bell peppers that are red and 6 Roma tomatoes. 6 Roma tomatoes. Here I have 3 cups of rice, washed and cleaned, and I'm using jasmine rice. But if you do not have jasmine rice, use any good rice of your choice. And you will also be needing tomato paste. I will use about 1.5 cans. And you will also need salt, which is also important. And here I have my jollof seasoning. And so you will also be needing the Knorr cube, which is a celebrity in my house. Yeah. And so also we will put in 1 green seasoning cube. And we'll also add in our salt. And we'll also add in the Knorr cube. And the reason I put 1 green seasoning cube is just to season the meat. And you will also need your pepper cube as well, which is just blended peppers. And so I mixed some water in the remains of the pepper cube that was in the bowl, and I'm just adding it to the gizzard. And so now we will just let this boil for about 10 minutes or so. We don't want to overboil this, but I will show you the next step after it's been boiled. So after about 10 minutes, this is what your gizzard should look like. And as you see, it has made its own stock as well. You see, I didn't really use that much water, so that was a lot of water in the gizzard itself. So now what we're gonna do is separate the gizzard from the stock using a strainer. And as you can see, you have your gizzard stock right here that you can use for anything else you would like to cook. So that's the gizzard, and that's the stock that's been separated. That's the gizzard, okay? So now I have put some oil in a pan, and this one was actually the vegetable oil. So now what we're going to do is just fry our gizzard a little bit until it is golden brown on both sides. Please be careful, don't just drop them in like I did. I was in a rush, I'm so sorry. This was a very stressful day when I made this video. But yeah, we're just gonna fry the gizzard until it's brown on each side. And if you don't want to boil your gizzard, you could just fry it just like this without even being boiled. But that's just another suggestion. So this is what the gizzard should look like after it's been fried a little bit. And this is actually the time we should separate. And as you can see, they look wonderful. So now we're gonna leave that remains of oil in a different pan. And so here I have actually cut up my tomatoes and bell peppers, and I also added some onions, and I removed the seeds as well. What we're gonna do is add water and just blend that all together into a fine type of texture. And in a separate pot, I'm going to add the blended peppers, onions, and tomatoes, and we will let this boil until it has actually dried all the way out, okay? And just be patient with this because sometimes it does take a long time. But this is what it should look like after you've actually dried it out, okay? Because you don't want to have way too much water, I guess. But yeah, I'm just dried it out, and I'm just making sure that nothing sticks. And so now I will add the oil to that dried out tomato, bell pepper, and onion. And now we will just fry it a bit. And my eye is on medium low because I really don't want to burn anything. So yeah. So now it has been frying for about, like, I would say 3 minutes or so. Well, actually 4-ish, 5-ish. Okay, we're just gonna say 5. It's been frying for a little bit of time. And now I have taken out some of my tomato paste. And now we will add that tomato paste into the blending vegetables. Yeah. So we're just gonna fry this together. And as you can see, I'm not using too much oil because, I mean, the more oil you add, the more oily your rice will be. So this is what it should look like after about 10 minutes altogether. And so now I'll be adding in some of that stock from the Gizzard. I'll be adding in the rest of the green seasoning cubes, and as you see, they melted. And I'll be adding in more Knorr cube because what's life without Knorr cube? And I'll also be adding in my Jollof seasoning. Okay, and I'm adding in my salt as well. And this is what it should look like, and we're just gonna let that cook for a little bit of time, okay? And please use the lid because it tends to boil over. So this is what it should look like after it's cooked for about, I would say, 5 minutes on low. And now I'll be adding in my rice. All right. And now I have mixed the rice all together. All right, all right. And so now what I'm gonna do is add more stock. I would say if you like your rice to be a little bit more fluffy, add more. But this is like the amount that I actually have added in, because jollof rice, when it cooks with stew, sometimes it can get mushy. So I would suggest less water. Okay, but to steam it properly with the water that we do have, you're gonna use the aluminum foil. If you don't like aluminum foil, then you don't have to do this. But I like to use plastic bags and aluminum foil for jollof rice because I really want to steam the rice with the amount of water that we have in it. So I'll be putting on my lid and I will let this steam for about 20 minutes on low, and we will come back. So it's been on low, and as you can see, the rice has cooked a bit. So now this is a time that you have to actually stir it around. And I did add more water off camera, but this is what it should look like. And now this is the time to add in your gizzard. And so I will add more water off camera, but this is what it should look like with the gizzard. And now you will put the bag and the aluminum foil back on top, and you will let it cook on low for 10 minutes, and you will check every 10 minutes. So yeah, this is what it should look like after 10 minutes. I'm gonna repeat the same process, and after that, I will show you the final results. So this is my delicious jollof rice, my party jollof that I presented to you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Love you. Goodbye.